Hi, Brother Nashi, how are you? Please post my story as anonymous. I am a South African woman and I am currently receiving treatment from another prophet that is from Zim. It is just that he is overcharging me a lot of money. Do you have any connections with other prophets that are based here in Venda? If you know anyone, I am hoping that you might assist me, even if you want something, because I am going through a lot. I do not want to continue doing the things that I am doing. I do have a great job in Joburg, but so far in the company that I have been working for, there are 3 people that have died from the same illness because of us fighting at work. I don't want this to happen anymore. I'm still too young to be doing this. Please hide my name because I want to protect my identity and to protect my life as well. I am a 36-year-old woman who lives in Louis Trichardt in Limpopo, but I am based in Joburg. That is where I have been working for a very big company. So I'll just say that I have been working at Nedbank, even though I'm just working in the banking sector. I'm scared that if I tell you correctly the name of the bank where I am working, people, they will quickly know and realize that, at our branch, we have these 3 people that died one after the other. So it is, hey, come and listen. This is Chelsea's confession. So we have only 1 child together, me and my husband. I grew up in a small family. We were 3 girls and I was the last born. I never knew my father. And I was told that I was just a small child when my father passed away. The story goes that when my father died, his relatives chased my mother away from the village. They accused her of being a witch and they said that she was the one who had killed her own husband. Because of this, I grew up hating my father's family. I saw them as enemies who had mistreated my poor widowed mother, and I wanted to give my mother a better life and to protect her because she was all that I had. In our house, I was the favorite. My mother loved me more than my 2 older sisters. If there was a special piece of meat, it was mine. If there was a new dress, it was mine. My sisters did not even get jealous. They knew that if they wanted any kind of a favor from our mother, they had to come through me. I was like the bridge between them and her. And my mother, she loved me quite a lot. But I did not know that my mother, she was hiding a dark secret. There was this other day when I saw an animal that I had never seen, even on TV, or even ever heard someone saying that they had seen such a wild animal. I was walking back home after I had gone to finish up my schoolwork with my friends because one of my mother's brother used to love to play music loudly, so it will be very hard to study during the day, and to wake up late at night, I hated waking up. I don't know why. So I would go and I would be with my friends and we would do our schoolwork. So I went there. It was somewhere around 4. As I was leaving the house, I felt someone that was walking behind me, like I heard footsteps of someone that was walking. So I thought that maybe it was one of my sisters whom I had left in the house. She was sleeping. And as I was walking, I turned around and I did not see anything. But what troubled me even more was that as I was walking, I saw that the soil right next to me, it was shifting as if there was someone that was walking right next to me, walking in the sand. So I started running. When I had finished writing my homework, it was late at night and my friend had told me to stay because a mom had been baking throughout the day and she wanted me to get some scones and to go and give it to my sisters as well. So I waited and then they gave me the scones. As I was walking, in front of me, I saw a cow. So growing up in the villages, obviously, you can see a cow because people, they had cows. But this cow, what surprised me was that it did not cross the road. Then behind me, that was when I heard the cow saying moo right behind me. When I turned around, this cow, it was not walking on its 4 legs, but it was walking on 2 legs, and then it crossed the road. It was very scary for me. I started to run. I ran so fast like I had never done in my entire life. When I arrived home, surprisingly, I was still holding a small bucket that had the scones that had been given to me by my friend's mother. But to my surprise, I had only eaten 1 scone, but there was nothing in the bucket. I even hid it because I did not want my sisters to think that maybe I had been given the scones and I had eaten them along the way. The funny thing that happened was that the next morning when I woke up, my mother, she came to my room and then she called me and she said, "Chelsea, follow me." I followed her. I went with her to her bedroom. In her bedroom, she had this other big plastic dish that she would use to bath. And then she had put some warm water in there. And then she took some ashes and she put the ashes into the water. And then she gave me an instruction to bath. I started bathing and I was thinking about the dream that I had. And then my mom told me that she did not want me to be cursed by that creature that I had seen the previous night. Creature, I did not tell my mom about what I had seen the previous night. As I grew up, my mother started using me as a spy. She would send me to my sister's houses so as to listen to what they were planning with their husbands. Because I was the baby of the family, my sisters, they trusted me. They would tell me their secrets. I would run back and tell my mother everything. I was young. I did not know that I was being used as a monitoring spirit. I thought that my mother, she just wanted to protect her own daughters because she had been hurt a lot by her husband's relatives. The strangest part of my childhood started when I was 7 years old. My mother even would treat me for headaches. She would take me into her bedroom and she would cut small marks into my skin, and then the next morning I'll be okay. She would give me charms and she would tell me to never tell anyone. Even as I was growing old, she would give me charms to go and live into people's homes. Why she would make me to do things like this, I could not understand. But as a child that listened quite well to her own mother, whatever that she would tell me to do, I'll end up doing it without even asking her why was it supposed to be done. Even when I was in high school, there were times when we were about to write our exams. My mom would give me some charms in which she would tell me that I have to go and throw those charms under the table of someone who was very intelligent in our class. Then that person will fail their exams. Here is the terrifying thing, Brother Nashin. I have a tattoo that no one can see. If I take off my clothes right now, I have a tattoo on my chest and I have a tattoo on my back. My husband sees nothing. Only someone that is spiritually gifted, like your pastors, your sangomas, they are the ones that can see that this woman, she has a tattoo. So this tattoo, it is the big snake that I sleep with most of the times. That is my real husband. So this snake, it is tattooed on my chest. The tail of that snake, it is tattooed on my chest. Then it goes around and the head, you will find it on my back. So this tattoo, sometimes it moves. When it wants me to wake up to go and bewitch my enemies, then this tattoo, it makes me to wake up Hence, I told you that at Nedbank, where I am working in Joburg, 3 of my colleagues that have passed away, they have all died from the same disease. And this disease, it is caused by the snake bite, because when I go to bewitch these people, in their dream, they will see themselves being bitten by a snake, and then they wake up. So I grew up, I went to university, I was always bewitching people, and I was even doing part-time thing as a sangoma. I then moved to Joburg and I got married, but my life has become a graveyard. Do you know that even though I am a witch, but there are problems that I am facing, problems that are even causing my health to go down. I have been pregnant 6 times. Out of those 6 pregnancies, only my son survived. The other 5 babies died exactly the same way. They would be born healthy, but after a few days, I would see my baby. Maybe I have left my baby in the nursery room. Then when I go back, I see my baby playing with a snake. Even when I am with my husband won't even see anything, because he is spiritually blind, for he cannot see anything at all. Then when I see this snake playing with my baby, sometimes it can even end up biting my baby, and once something like that happens, then it is over. My baby will start to get sick in ways that no one can even understand how to cure my son, and then my child will die. So this, what happens, it is the spirit of witchcraft. It marks its ownership of me by making me to lose my children, and at night it can even bring the flesh that once belonged to my kids, that is all dried up, and then it makes me to eat this flesh. So my children, they are born healthy. The way that they get sick after being bitten by the snake, they would suddenly refuse to breastfeed. They will start to cry day and night. Even if they are taken to the hospital, it does not help. So my sisters, they are also suffering from the same fate. My oldest sister lost 2 kids. The other lost 1. Right now, there is one sister who is staying in another village close to Kiani. She also has her own child that is sick right now. So the babies are just dying, and their marriages, they are shaking. My husband, one day he said, you know, ever since you came into my life, it is as if my luck has vanished. I don't know why, but I have been thinking about it. And then I said, this man, the more that he starts to think about it, the more that he's going to realize that I am a witchcraft that was given to me by my mother. So I bewitched my husband. He's like a zombie right now. Even if you see him walking, you won't even think that this man is a zombie. But start to talk with him, then you will see and hear that some of the things that he talks about, they don't even make sense at all, because he is like a zombie. I do not want him to think, because thinking is dangerous. He will start to think about a lot of things that he is not supposed to think about. So it really pains me, because he is a man that I loved with all of my heart. I never wanted to harm him, even though I was a witch, but I had to harm him, because if he was going to find out that I am a witch, then it meant that he was going to dump me. Then I would have to kill a lot of people. Last month, my sister told me that she wanted to go to a sangoma. And when she went to a sangoma, I had already rushed and I spoke with the sangoma in the spiritual realm. I spoke with that sangoma. We tested each other in the spiritual realm. This is what happens to someone that has a person that is bewitching them. When you go out to seek help, the witch that has been bewitching you, they run and they go and they negotiate with the sangoma. If the sangoma is more powerful, then you will get a solution to your problem. But if your sangoma has no power at all, you are not going to get a solution. That is when you will say that this sangoma is fake. So My sisters, they went and they were told wrong stuff. They were told that there is one of our auntie who hated my mother. She is the one who is a witch that has been eating your children. And they were never told anything about our mother. So as for me, I feel like I can't do this anymore. At work, I am always a nasty person. I don't have anyone that loves me at work. And this is what the spirit of witchcraft will do to you. In the end, you won't have a family. In the end, you will be alone, because the spirit of witchcraft, it wants you to be all alone so that it can use you. The spirit of witchcraft even wants me to sacrifice my own husband, and I have been refusing day and night. I have been fighting with the spirit of witchcraft, saying that we can't do this. I can't sacrifice my husband. Why am I supposed to sacrifice my husband? Because my husband, he never cheated on me, even though sometimes he says things that are hurtful towards me, but he has never ever cheated on me. So why am I supposed to sacrifice my own husband? But you do not know how the spirit of witchcraft operates. That is why I asked for some off days at work, and I am back in Venda. Right now, there is a prophet that comes from Zim that has been trying to assist me, but he is overcharging me, and I don't know if I can rely on him. Hence, I have come here because I need a final solution to all of my problems. This cannot continue. I can't continue being a witch. I want to be a normal woman who is married, who is working, having a nice job. I am educated, and I want to contribute to the society in a meaningful way. But as for now, I can't do it because of the spirit of witchcraft. When you post my story, you will tell me. I'll be following through in the comment section. Dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by one of our dear sister. We think that she is a witch. Let us speak with him in the comment section. Killing 3 people that she killed when she was at work. She says, in Joburg, I was at work and I killed 3 people that were getting in my way. Let us talk about this in the comment section. I'll be back with another episode.